Hey, what's going on? Good afternoon. This is another episode of How to Why To. You know who I am. I'm the Elder Andre, and I got my co-host next to me with me. You heard her singing. Go ahead, introduce
Oh,
yourself, ma'am.
hello, everyone. This is Sinestra G. I'm so glad to be here with you for another Sunday of How to Why Do episode where we just talk it up and we give you some good tidbits. Hopefully, you're able to respond today. That's what we're hoping. And we're not hoping.
I will say, yes, we're hoping. Look,
Oh, I'm
my
gonna
my.
say you gave me this look like what?
I'm trying to stay focused. I'm trying
But
to stay focused. I'm
this is
trying to
one of
stay
those
focused.
episodes where it's we're talking, guys. We're talking, we're sitting, we're talking, but we're loving it. Just another blessed Sunday of being together with the elder. I'm that
Yes.
way with the elder.
Yeah. Thank you. I'm glad you finally got that right.
Oh, opposite.
Another beautiful Sunday. We have actually a good one. Miss G came up with, um, and y'all saw the little snippet that I put out. Pass fail. I don't know if y'all have ever had classes where you didn't get a grade.
Mm.
You either passed it or you failed it. And a lot of that depended on the attendance, whether you participated, on whether you tried, or whether you just like, you know what, I don't even need this class. But sometimes, even in life, there are things that we go through, or we just have to get through it. We have to pass.
Right.
And we find ourselves that sometimes when we actually fail or don't do what we're supposed to do, that problem becomes reoccurring, and we're going through it again and again and again. So we're going to go through some past fails. How do we do it? Why do we do it? How do we get through it? Why do we need to get through it? And Miss G actually has a story from whence this comes from. So look, buckle your seatbelts,
You
get your
never know what I'm
popcorn,
gonna say.
get your popcorn, and get
Ah.
what did Jake say? Get ready, get ready. Miss G, it's all on you, girl.
Hear my front door opening. I don't know why.
Look,
Oh,
do I need to call the peoples?
huh? I've been here since after church. Sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh my goodness.
No, my kid. I'm on live. Just, you know. So
Never dull
guys,
moment. Mm,
y'all know I got kids. Stop playing.
mm,
So look,
mm,
guys. So this is my how to why do we fail
mm-hmm,
and how to get past the fail. So let me tell you about an experience I had that then gave me this epiphany to talk about it today, right? So I have a truck. Y'all, this truck means a lot to me. Vehicles, items that mean a lot to you,
mm-hmm.
cousin just said, those are idols. But let me tell you about this truck, okay? So the truck means a lot. It's a kind of like a family thing. And I purchased the truck, right? That's not me, that's Elder. And I
Oh,
purchased this truck, right? So when I purchased it, I was fine. Go ahead, give them the money. Let me stamp that it's mine. I'm able to go to DMV and say, this is mine, put it in my name. I'm gonna
mm-hmm,
start there, right? So I put it in my name. Okay. Not knowing that there were some issues with this vehicle. All right. So
mm,
um we can go down the line all day. For real. We really can. So let me tell you, the journey was first, I'm going to go get a test done. I'm going to go test it to make sure it passes inspection. Got there,
come on now.
and he looked at me like, I know you didn't have the audacity to bring this truck up in my shop
Ooh.
to get any type of state inspection. He just looked at me. So he goes, ma'am, can I talk to you for a minute? So he said, well, let me let you know all the things that's wrong with the truck.
Mm,
Let's start with your brakes. And I'm going somewhere with this, y'all. So we got brakes, rotors,
mm.
fog lights. Your battery is loose. I ain't know that. So,
Whoa.
different things. And he said there's a drip somewhere. You need an oil change. I said,
Somewhere.
Jesus. So anyway, I said,
Oh my
cool. I
goodness.
got my list. I said, it's okay. I'm gonna get it done. I love the truck. It's got 22s on it, so I feel like I'm like styling just a little bit. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying? But
Okay.
so anyway, I go and I purchase everything. We're talking about failing, but we're gonna pass, right?
All right. All
In
right.
your mind, you're thinking, I'm going to take the test. However, epic fail, right? That's the first time. So you get all of your things that you need, get it fixed to go back. And now you go to a different one. So I'm gonna tell you, never do that. Don't go to a different place to get it rechecked. So I went to another place and they say, ma'am,
Oh Lord.
look, I can't fail you again. So I can't give you a sticker. You just gonna have to roll with these dead tags. Now
Wow.
you need inner tie rods. I said, I've been to Richmond and back. What you mean?
Oh my
God
goodness.
is good all the time, and all the time God is good because somehow
Yes,
He
he
put
is.
me on the road with this truck. So let me tell you. So I go from there, and I
Hmm.
said, "Cool, I'm gonna go buy the inner tie rods. Fine." Amongst all of this, there's a drip. He talked about the drip. We don't know what the drip was, y'all. However,
Still
it
don't know.
was the water pump. I said,
Ooh.
Lord, this truck
That-
is costing me more than I bought it. Go through, buy a water pump, get the what is I said, tie rods done.
hmm hmm
Let's go to Friday. So Friday morning, get up, go get this inspection. I knew I was gonna pass. I was ready. I was ready to go to DMV and say, I signed my name. I need my stickers. Put my stickers on my vehicle because I did it all, right?
This is not gonna end
Ma'am,
well. Not gonna end well.
let
I
me
got
tell
this.
you what's wrong with it. I said, no, you not. No, you are not. What you're gonna do, you're gonna go back there and you're gonna get my sticker because my sticker needs to be put on this vehicle. Now, let me tell you something. One thing be with all of that. All that being said, Jesus. He looked at me and said, go back to the place you started.
Wow.
Go back to the place you started. Have them go back and look at those things that need to be fixed. Guarantee you'll pass. I said, okay.
Hmm.
And I did that. This is 3 hours later when they told me I was only gonna have to wait an hour to get the check right. So I went back, and let me tell you, you have to watch as well because
Hmm.
sometimes, even in the midst of your getting ready to pass, something will creep along and try to make you fail. Because I knew I needed
Sabotage.
everything on this vehicle, right? I got a practically brand new '05, and the guy said your fog light don't work. So he said, "Let me show you." I said, "You don't have to show me nothing. I've been a single mama for a long time, and I know how to change a fog light. I
Okay.
also know that the fog light that's in your hand is a brand new one that belongs on my truck that you just took off." See, what they
Okay.
don't know is you gotta watch. You gotta look through those windows and stuff when you go to these places. You gotta watch them because he
Hmm.
had in his hand. He was going to try to fail me, and then I was going to have to go out and get him. Now there was another truck that was out there that did have a fog that was probably out. He was probably going to use it for that one. But we're not even going to go there. We're not going to judge the man. But what we're going to do is we're going to say, we told the man, put my fog light back.
Back.
Okay,
Hmm.
so he did.
Hmm.
And it passed. Thank God. Passed, right?
Oh my goodness.
Went to DMV.
Come
That's
on.
where we're going to stop. Because something failed again. However, God made a way to clear all that up in one day. So I say all that to say this:
Hmm.
you're going to have challenges that you have to jump over, hurdles
Right.
that you have to jump over. And that doesn't mean you stop. That doesn't mean that you just put it behind you. Uh,
Hmm.
I'm talking about myself too, because with school and all that other stuff, sometimes I'm like, man, this is too hard. I don't understand it. I just
Right.
passed one of my quizzes like 15 minutes ago. And I'm like, it's because I'm not giving up this time. I'm not going to give up
Right.
on this one class that I could not pass.
Right.
But in life, while we are moving forward, you have to remember that you're not always going to pass something on the first try.
Hmm.
That's with everything. You have to
Yes.
keep trying and keep trying.
Yes.
And every time you go to the next, you're learning something new.
Come on
Like,
now.
I didn't know about my water pump, not what? A hose got to be what connected to who? Okay, now I can probably
Right.
change one for you, or at least know how to tell you how to change one,
Oh,
you
here we
know.
go.
just all of those things, inner tire rods. These are important things. So for your
Hmm.
safety, and then get the right person to do it, because everybody don't mean you good, and they'll
Uh,
just slap something on there and it won't work.
that's true.
So,
That's true.
and then check behind, just like a test, check behind yourself. So you're
Mm.
taking a test, check behind yourself. We have to remember that everything in life is a test. No matter
Right.
what you think, everything in life is a test. I had a test today that I didn't know if I was going to make it through a song. I was nervous, and
Ooh.
I was like, Lord, all right. So first this don't
Oh
work,
my
then this don't
Lord.
work, then this don't work. Now we got it, but it's because we didn't give up. You
Right.
know what I'm
Right.
saying? So,
Hmm.
Elder, is there anything in your life that you didn't, that you thought you were failing,
Mm.
and then you kept going and you finally passed through? Oh, that sounds like a lot
There,
of stuff.
there's a lot of stuff in my life. Um, and when we're talking about past fail, the scripture that came to my mind was all things work together for good
Yes.
to them that trust, trust in the Lord, that believe in the Lord. Even when things are going bad, I like to, we say the silver lining.
Mm-hmm.
I try to look at the good, and though it may sound like it's a cliche, but I believe that everything that we go through, you can learn something out of.
Yes.
There's a nitpick, there's a little iota, there's something that you can get. Whether it's, you need to be on time when you go to work, you need to get up when you need to go to work. You need to learn how to take better notes. I mean, there's so many things that you can pick out of some of the situations that you go through, that they're not always bad, but there's something you
Right.
can pick up, whether it's treating people better, learning how to speak to people, learning how to rely on yourself. Um, so I, so even in those bad times in life when things look the gloomiest, they look
Mm-hmm.
the saddest. I actually have a car story too. Um, kept getting flats, kept getting flats on my car. The reason I kept getting flats because I was at a point in my time, I'm pretty much still there. It was cheap. I wouldn't go get a brand new tire. I went to that guy on the corner by the liquor store between the church. You get that $25 tire, like just slap that thing on. I'm only yeah, and yeah, I think I spent almost $400 in cheap tires, and
Yes.
they would go flat. They would just go flat, and it was just like you already bought a new tire. Just get the new tire. Spend the money that you need to. That way, things won't fail when they have to. Because sometimes, you have a tendency. Well, I get a patch. I'll just halfway do it. I just enough to get me by.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes in that getting me trying to get by, you actually cause more trouble, more problems, more pain. If you would just, my dad used to say, if you just do it right the first time,
Right.
if you just did
Right.
something right the first time, then you wouldn't have all these other issues that piled up.
Mm-hmm.
So when we're talking about passing, and learning from that, everything in your life that you go through, the people, the jobs, circumstances, situations, money problems, all those things, if you really just look closely, you can actually pick stuff out there that, hey, I could learn. I didn't know that, or I didn't know that. I can learn that. I can learn this. So
Mm-hmm.
it's important that when we're talking about passing, we don't look at it as a grade. As there are certain classes I took in school I don't even use no more. I don't even use it no more.
That's a lot.
But when we're looking at life, everything that we go through is to build us up, to build. People come in our life to build. And even something that you was talking about, that being careful, is watching those people that aren't there to build or help you, but are
Mm-hmm.
always there to tear you down. And
Yep.
you often know these people because they make statements like, "If I was you, you just gonna let such and such say that to you? If it was me, like when you hear those statements, yeah, they're not they're often not there to help you, but
Right.
they're always nitpicking. Why are you doing that? Who told you that? Those people you may not actually need in your life, and you need to be careful, because they may not be for you. They may just be with you. Just they like the shine that comes off of you, and they feel important. Like such and such. I'm friends with such and such. I know such and such,
Mm-hmm.
but they're not actually there to help you. But just to be, as they say, a hanger oner, if I
Yes,
could use that word. But yeah, that's. Are you still driving that truck, by the way? Is that thing still
we
around?
good. We got tags. We man, I'm trying. Everybody just say amen for the GMC. That's it.
Amen
I
for the
mean, I'm good to
GMC.
2000 and was it 24, y'all? I'm good. I'm
Yeah,
tell me nothing.
you got a new vehicle. Shoot.
Right,
Look,
right. Put all into it. I'm trying to
look.
tell you, stuff
If I
look.
wasn't so rude, I would tell you need to post that mechanic on here so we know not to go to them.
No, I, no, it's not that. It's the place that they actually, the place that I actually went to get it checked. See,
Ooh,
my point to that whole thing was sometimes you'll go somewhere and they'll say this is wrong, but they
mhm.
won't tell you everything else is wrong. My
Ah,
mechanic is the bomb.
okay,
Ain't no
okay,
anybody touch my mechanic. Look, I get offended. I got a good mechanic.
uh,
He will
okay,
come. He will
okay.
come to your
Look,
place of residence and say, "What you need done? Which
okay,
okay, both tires. Okay, I got it." And
okay.
you'd be like, "All right, I'll see you in about 25,
My
30
bad,
minutes."
my bad.
He'll come to your church and make sure save my life with my let me tell you, what was that thing that popped off my car? It
Oh
was it
no,
was
not popped off. No.
no, it was a oh man, what was it? It was one of my belts. I turned
Ooh,
the corner and I heard
popped off.
pow. I said, what was that noise? And I was driving, and then all of a
Uh,
sudden I couldn't.
no
Then you
go,
can't go.
no go. And you think you could
Yo,
press the gas pedal harder and it's go?
and look, I had the nerve to go up an incline
Oh,
to go to
why?
because I wanted light wherever I was going to stop at. I needed light,
Mm,
and I called. And said, look, I
it
heard
ain't.
this, and I'm making noise. You know how I'm one of
Yeah.
those people. It was like a pow, boom, and then clink, clink.
Like,
You
okay, yeah, I
you
know
really,
exactly.
you really
I know
don't
what
know
that is.
what it was. So you tried, and he's like, okay, I'll be right there. Stay put.
Ah,
And it was
that's funny.
cold outside. It was winter time.
That's funny.
I had to call the church, my church. I
That's
had to
funny.
call them and say, look, I have rehearsal tonight, but I have my daughter in the car. Somebody came to pick up my daughter for me so I could
Oh,
sit with my car. I mean, I got a good church. I don't care what nobody say. Say what you want.
I hear you,
I
girl.
got a good
I
church.
hear you on that.
But they came to pick up my daughter for me. And in the cold, he went to go get the part underneath
Ooh,
my hood,
I,
15, 20
look,
minutes.
I still need that. I need that mechanic's number.
I got you. I got you. I
I
think
may
he's
need that.
on. I think so. I know Miss Helen is on. I
Yeah,
know
I
Miss
saw Miss
Helen.
Helen.
I'm so happy she's feeling better. And Tara's
Yes.
on.
Hey, Tara.
Hey,
Look, Tara. Look, Tara. You know what work you need to do. That's all we're gonna say. That's all we're gonna say. So talk to
Tara.
us a little bit about failing. We did the pass part.
Mhm.
I think most people are happy when they pass something. They get,
Yeah.
got that P, that passing grade, and they moving on. But how do we handle failure? How do we actually handle when things don't go the way that they're supposed to go? What if
Wow.
your car didn't get the tags on it and now it's just sitting in the driveway?
Let me
Then what
tell
do you
you.
do?
So it's been sitting there for a minute anyway, but because we working on the next truck next. But Damon C, the mechanic, is on.
Hey, that I said what's up to him. So he the infamous, the
Yeah.
famous mechanic. I see
Yes,
you. I
he is
see you,
the
Damon.
road dude. He's Superman mechanics. That's why I mess with him all the time. Superman. He got from Woodbridge to. I'm not even going. Look, I'm not trying to get him a ticket online, but it might have been 15 minutes all the
Stop it.
way to Fredericksburg.
Stop it.
I was like, "How
Stop
you get
it.
here so fast?" He said, "You broke down, right?" Like, wow, what? Like,
Stop it.
that's what I do. But anyway, so I can tell you that how do you handle failing? So
Mhm.
failing is not easy. Failing, I can say that I've been in school for a while, y'all. I talk about it all the time. I should have had like I don't know, a master
PhD.
degree by now. But I talk about it all the time because I feel sometimes like when I'm doing a class and I feel like I'm at the point where I don't understand anything.
Hmm.
Because I'm doing online class, and when I start doing bad or I don't understand it, I get very um, heavy. I can tell you, I was doing good in English. I thought I was doing something. And I got to a point where I had to write a paper. Now, I know that's not my expertise,
Right.
and I said I was going to stop singing, stop doing this. And something told me, why would you stop doing what God wanted you to do
Mm,
for school when you know that singing is what really pulls you through your week? Like,
right.
I need choir rehearsal. I don't know who's gonna show up, but I need to go. And I don't care if I'm singing to the wall, but I mean that's what gives me my
Right.
oomph during the week, or prayer service or different things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but man, I failed so bad. Like, I
That
ain't seen
bad.
that many red marks in my life on
Wow. Ooh,
on,
girl.
on look, not even a piece of paper. Since it was online, I was like, I mean, she ain't have to like go in, like, I mean, dang,
Ooh,
like I got offended, but it
you
was
got
my fault.
got
I
that red
should,
marker all over the place, huh?
right, like, why would you put, and heaven or why would you put this here? Because that's how I talk, so that's how I went down on the paper. you know
Uh,
it's like, don't be judging me.
oh, that's funny.
But I'm gonna tell you. So what ended up happening is, right. Say that, Makai. So I'm gonna tell you what happened was I got to choir rehearsal and I was so bummed because I had failed. And Dr. A said to me, she just looked at me. This is how full I was. And I said, I ended up failing my class. It was like waterworks. Her
Wow.
and Sharita, they were like,
Wow.
what's wrong? I
Wow.
said, I really wrote this paper and I thought I do. I mean, I couldn't even get it
Wow.
all out. It's like that little kid. You'd be like, what'd you say? Hold on. If
Uh,
you calm down, I can understand it. So they said, why didn't you lean on us? And I thought
mm.
about it like, because I don't want y'all to give me red marks either. I mean, I ain't want this woman to give me red marks. Her to look at me like, why did she write that?
Oh,
But you
goodness.
tend to you don't know until you ask people.
Right.
Can you help me with this? I wrote a paper. Can you
Hmm.
just take a minute to read it and tell me? It's supposed to be narrative view, so I don't really know too much about it. I just know that this story was really important to me.
Right.
And
Right.
so when somebody messes with your story,
Mm.
that's a whole nother subject. But
Yeah,
when somebody
yeah.
messes with your story
Tuck that
because it
away.
was yours, you
Look,
know,
write that down. Right. You know, you need to write
your
that
story
down.
mess
Write
with
that
my
down.
story.
Write that down.
Y'all got to know the way we do things. So when somebody messes with your story or your visions or your views of things, and when somebody messes with that thing is like a sharp knife
Right.
cutting into you. So how did I handle it? I had to sit down and rethink things. And I said, nope, I'm going to keep going.
Mm.
So I did. I sent this thing out to 3, 4 people. They read over it. Everybody came back with stuff, but some of them came back with different things because, like I said, everybody's going to come back with a different view
Right.
because it's not their vision.
Right.
So they were correcting, and I went in and took everybody's corrections, corrected it, and passed it with a B. It wasn't
Mm.
an A, but it was a B. And
Okay.
it's because I allowed myself to be a little vulnerable and let them help me. There's nothing wrong with asking for help and assistance.
Yes.
Nothing. However,
I put the claps on that one. I think that
you
deserves a
can put
clap.
the claps. Go ahead and play. Yeah, that's his thing. However, what I did, where I messed up is I let life
Mm.
affect me and get me busy. So
Right.
busy, I totally stopped taking my class because I was waiting for the teacher to come back and she was taking so long. I started doing other things. So here I am starting all over again.
All over again. And you could have finished back then.
Yeah. So, but you know what? It's okay. It's okay. The thing is that I'm not giving up. And that's that how to, why do, pass, fail. The thing is that don't give up, whatever it is,
Right.
no matter how many times you got to take the test. Do not give up. No matter how many times you got to try to get this thing right. Do not give up. No matter how many times you got to take your truck to go get an inspection done. Get all the stuff done because you know what? In the end, I'm safer on the road and I can
Right.
roll little trip style, but I'm
Oh
safer
Lord.
on the road now because it came back
Right.
fail, flag.
Now you
You
got
need
everything
this.
that you need to
You need this.
fix. Come on
Now
now.
I have a practice brand. If you want to buy it, I'm gonna tell you how much it's gonna be. Because we're gonna include all the parts, new tires. We gonna include everything. We just gonna put all in place.
Labor, gotta get the labor in there.
Everything.
Look, are we
Yes,
giving
labor too.
percentages out?
Yes,
Like,
everything. So it's
uh,
it's just one of those things though,
right.
don't be afraid to ask somebody for assistance. Don't be afraid to get the help. Sometimes we got to just humble ourselves because there's some
Mm,
things that we do not know. We don't know everything,
right.
but you'll learn it because you failed and you're able to fix what you failed in.
Come on.
That makes
Come on.
sense.
Come
So
on.
hopefully I'm reading the comments as we go. Makai said, when someone messes with your story, Miss
And see,
Helen is clapping.
and I like the thing I like that you keyed in on was that help, the using, utilizing others. Because I think sometimes we forget that we don't go through life by ourselves, and we
Hmm.
aren't by ourselves.
Right.
And even those, and I think about some people I knew that have committed suicide. One of the things that they wrote down or they felt was that they felt like they were alone, that
Yeah.
they didn't have anybody there with them, that no one understood. And we all, that's just a trick of the enemy, to get you isolated and by yourself.
Hmm.
But when you know that there are people that you can rely on, and you said it yourself, just humbling yourself, taking down that pride and be like, look, I just need help. Like I can't do this. I don't know what it is. I don't know why it is. I don't know where it is. Like, can you help me? Just
Right.
help me. And realizing that everybody needs help some point in time in their life. Another thing I like to use, I like to think of this, that trouble, trials, situations that you go through, they teach you two things. They
Hmm.
teach you what you know, and they teach you what you don't know.
Correct.
And the smart people is when they go through those things, when they find out what they don't know, they go learn those things. They
Yes.
go ask for help for those things that they don't know, that they don't understand, that they can't grasp. And so when they go through that situation again, because they did fail the class and they have to take the class over,
Hmm.
now they're more prepared. Like, oh, yeah, I learned a couple new tricks from the last time. I'm going to apply in this situation, and then you get the blue marker, with the smiley face, and not the red marker.
That's for real.
With the you get the pass. But
Yeah.
yeah, it is important to understand, even through life, when we're talking about pass and fail, that we all need somebody in our lives. The hardest thing for us sometimes is picking the right person to help us, to being
Can
like,
push you.
listen, yeah,
Yeah.
I need a push. I need a, you can make it. I need to keep going. You're strong. You're able. You're capable of doing that. And even sometimes scripture talks about faithful as a friend. And it talks about the womb. Sometimes you need somebody to say, look, hey, you need to get your stuff together. Like,
Sarah Sims.
hey, I don't know what you're doing. Like, what are we doing right now? Because you ain't doing nothing. Like, you need to
Yeah.
get up off your, like, there's more inside of you than, yeah, I think we are talking about Tara, but
Yeah.
there's more inside of you than you know. You need to get on the good foot and get moving.
Yes.
Sorry, Tara. But but yes, you need that friend that could tell you when you're doing wrong, and that person that could also tell you, when you're doing right, and understanding that they're only saying these things because they love you, because they
Right.
care, because they want to see you do your best. It's not for any alternative motives. They just want to see you climb to where they think and they believe that you can. So when we're talking about pass fail, one thing that's a common thread between both of them, is the connections that you make with other people, the lives you impact, the lives that impact you.
Hmm.
It's important, to key in on those things and realize this road that you're walking is not one that you walk alone,
Right.
but there are other people that come into your life at different points in your life to help you get over. Could y'all imagine just seeing Sinestra sitting in the truck trying to fix the water pump and the alternator
Let,
and the
let me,
windshield wiper
but you know what? Let me tell
by
you.
herself?
The good thing about a
Mm,
good, and this goes for everybody. The good thing about a good mechanic, right?
mhm,
They don't just do the work; they show you what they're doing,
right.
or they'll give you some tidbits and information. So over the years, it's been I don't know how many years it's been since I've had this one mechanic, but I've watched.
Mhm,
And I've had things like CV boots had to be changed in my driveway.
Mm.
And you know the CV boot, that's it's a connection, but you got this long pipe that goes all the way to the others, the other tire. So it's like that's a lot of work. You got to lift
Right.
everything up. You got to put your brake on. You got to. But watching that helped me out when I needed to. I didn't know what this noise was on my car, but I knew it had to do something with my air intake, something,
Look at
you know.
look at Sinestro.
And
Look, go
let
ahead,
me
girl.
tell you.
Talk
So
mechanic.
opened up my hood and I'm looking. I called him, let him know I heard something. What is?
Hmm.
I said, well, let me call you back. Look. Okay. So I figured out what it was, and things will warp. That's a whole
Hmm.
nother. Just all these things pop in my head.
Write it
Things
down. Write it
will.
down. Write it down.
I know, warping. So things will warp or things will go bad, like your rubber seals or your clamps, or all of
Hmm.
these things will get loose, right? So it was literally, I needed to put the hose back on to
Right.
connect it because what sealed it, what put it together, tore. So what did I do? Let me go get my screwdriver, open that up,
Hmm.
section it back, tighten it back down,
Go ahead.
But if I never
Right.
took the time to go out there and say, "What are you doing?" Oh,
Hmm.
okay, I just want to see. Yeah, all right.
Okay. Okay.
Not to just have them just do, because
Right.
a lot of us will just take it to the shop and just be like, I don't know, there's a noise, fix it. you know, and then you think you're good. But if you don't know yourself how to put your coolant in, because you see that little bar going, okay, it's going too much to the 200. I
Right.
think
Right.
I need to put some coolant in this car. AC ain't working right. I shake up. What is that thing? You have to shake it up.
Oh. Here.
I'm an
Here.
oh 05, so that's
Look.
about to happen.
Uh,
So it's just, we have, it's a learning. I say that to say we have to learn, and the way you learn is to watch other people who already know.
right.
Um, they will school you. They will help you through those different things. But if you're not watching, you
Mm.
know, if you're not watching what people are doing, you're not going to really learn too much. Yeah, you can YouTube it all day long,
Yeah.
but the thing is that you really need some supervision at least your first time. Otherwise,
Right.
you're gonna be hearing this noise. That was the noise it was making.
Noise.
It was an
Sound,
noise, yeah.
sound like a choir singing behind you. Like, go ahead, girl. Go ahead,
But
girl.
you kind of become, okay, this is what's wrong with my car.
Right.
Instead of, I'm hearing this click, click, click noise, and I'm doing this, but it's not working, and
Right.
you know,
Right.
well, that
Helps
might be your
pinpoint the problem.
alternator.
Yep.
That might
Helps pinpoint the problem.
it
Come on.
does. It does
Hey,
a lot.
Damien, sounds like you may need to hire her. Sounds like you may need to hire her.
Told them that. So I need a
I'm,
percentage.
I'm putting a plug in.
But that's
But
about like patching things up and just building your foundation on what you're trying to do.
mhm,
And as you build your foundation, don't forget that sometimes you're going to falter back. You're going to fail in some certain areas. But Tara says something on here about we all have different strengths so that
yes,
we can help others in different areas that they're weak. And she's right.
yes,
Because even if you want to start a business, you're not going to know stuff that
yes.
somebody else might know. And you
The
can
ins and outs.
piggyback off of them. They can come to you. Miss Helen
Yes.
said both ways come on. Okay, so that was something we talked about. And of course, what did Makai say?
Oh, I just see it. Says I saw a post that said, "Be so confident in God's plan that you don't even get upset when things don't go." Man, come on,
Come on,
Makai.
Makai.
Come on, that's what I'm talking
We
about. That
need to have Makai on here with his
I
crazy
thank you,
self.
young preacher in training. Like the dude is good. Y'all, he doing big things. We
Y'all
gonna
don't
have
know
him on
Makai.
here.
Y'all better get. Oh, and he's supposed to be speaking coming up. You do know that.
I saw that. Where's he
Yeah,
speaking
I'm gonna
at?
miss. I'll be on a cruise. So he's speaking. I'll get the flyer up and we can post it.
Yes, yes,
But
we'll get that out there.
Makai is amazing. I mean, I love watching this young man grow. He has just so much. I mean, yeah, I could be his commercial right about now. I mean, he has over a point, 4 point something. It's like
Yeah,
some digits behind it,
I
you
think two.
know,
I think two. I think I
one
heard two in there. Four
scholarship
point two.
program. Yeah, James Monroe. I mean, anything they have. Look, he lives. I'm not gonna tell you where he lives. He unaged.
I'm gonna say,
But
watch
he
yourself, woman.
June, what is it called? He was the Juneteenth. King. What the
Yeah,
Jesus?
I think that's what I
How
think
you
that's.
do that? I wrote an essay. That boy, he need to do my English work. That's all
Mm,
I know. That's all I can say. He need to do all my English work because
Ma-
he is
Ma-
in everything.
Look, Makai, we just did an episode 2 episodes ago that says just say no. Just say no.
Listen,
That's all I will say with that.
he's all over. We need to do a how to, why do Makai.
Oh, Makai, that's what we're gonna do.
How
Okay.
to, why do everything Makai did
Well,
already.
Makai, if you're listening, she's coming your way. Just
Just like this dude
say
is
no.
amazing.
Just
Young
say
dude,
no.
amazing, and can preach. Oh my goodness.
But
So
that's our episode for today. Another Sunday, another how to, why to,
yes,
pass fail. Just knowing and understanding that people are there in your lives to help. Got to pick the right people. Got to move strong. And understand that some people are there just to help you succeed.
that's right.
So it's important that even in your failures, you can learn. Even in your passing, you can learn. So keep your eyes open, keep your ears open, keep your mouth closed, and just learn. And if you have any car trouble, don't call Sinestra. Um, do not call Sinestra because
I
it's
got
not
it
going
number
to end
4.
well
I
with
got it
you.
number 4.
But that's y'all know where y'all can find these episodes. YouTube, The Elder and the Truth. Y'all can find all these episodes and more. We got some other stuff coming out here shortly and soon. I talked last week about the Minister's Corner. That is coming. It's going to be a theological deep dive into the Word of God with other ministers. We're looking at a panel. And then y'all can also find this on Facebook. Here we go, Semester. You
I'm
just making all kind of
sorry. I'm
noise.
sorry.
Sylvester Harvey Facebook page. You can find these episodes also. Nestra, give us your info.
I'm sorry, y'all. Hold on. Okay.
Uh,
You know, because we're normally done by now, but it's all good.
I
So
know.
you can find me at Sinestra Brinkley Whiting. People got me on the clock.
Oh man. Oh
Sinestra
man.
Brinkley Whiting on Facebook. And just hit me in my inbox if you have any questions for car troubles or anything like that. But yeah, that's where you can find me also every Sunday morning. And if you missed it this morning, oh my goodness, just holding on to your seat this morning on 104.5. That's
Yes.
WRAR every
Yes.
Sunday morning from 9:15 to 10 a.m. I love being Sinestra G. It is just so wonderful to be able to give good gospel music every Sunday. And I tell you, and great inspirational words. So again, big ups to my because Dr. Davina Smith, who also helps me out in that
Yeah,
area.
yeah. And I want to get a shout out. I see some people on back from home from the Indiana. Pastor Tracy Lawrence is on. Oh
Oh,
man, thank you for showing up, man. We got to talk. We got to connect. And Elder Denise Smith,
yes.
Mama Denise, as we like to call her. Thank you
Yes.
for watching. I got my cousin on here, Deandra Fripp. We just went to the beach the other day. Hey, girl.
Okay.
And then yes, Helen said, don't call Sinestra, call
Called it.
Damon.
You
Thank
don't
you.
want Miss Helen.
Look, she got it. Thank
All
you,
you gotta do
Helen.
is tell me what the noise was. I can answer your question.
Thank you, Helen. She got
Oh, that is
the
so
memo.
funny.
She know.
Oh,
But so enjoyed y'all today. Man, I love these. I love these. So y'all have a wonderful week. Be blessed. Just remember when y'all going through y'all situations, y'all circumstances, you can always learn something.
yes.
You can always push forward. You can always move forward. So Sinestra wrote some notes down from some new episodes because they're gonna go in one ear and out the other. But she wrote it down. So we're gonna be here next week talking with you about another how to, why do.
Yes.
Y'all be blessed and we love y'all.
Have a wonderful day.